Welcome back to the show. This is episode 54. Have a beer with friends.
Yeah, they have a shandy. They have a
Yeah, I see the summer ales are popping out too.
Sam Adams has a pretty decent summer ale.
Yeah.
It's weird, like almost all of Sam Adams seasonal beers I don't mind, but Sam Adams original I can't fucking stand it.
The Sweetwater's a good one, but it's kind
Sweetwater's not bad.
I think they call it Sunny Shade or something like that. Now their blue is it's not very strong, but it's got a unique tone and flavor to it. It's like a blueberry undertone or something.
It's like I gotta go grab another one. I'll be right back. Okay, now this beer, this is first 6-pack I've got of this. It is a honey rye blonde. It's Line Creek.
Huh.
Is that backwards?
Not on my end.
Oh, okay. It's called Line Creek. It's a local Georgia brewery. There are so many breweries here in Georgia. You got Reformation. There were so many of them in Athens.
There's a bunch of them down in
Yeah. So many breweries, and craft beer is such a big thing now, but this one's kind of bitter.
On the bitter side.
Yeah. You can smell it.
So they were saying Ron DeSantis and Elon broke the internet.
What'd they do?
Well, they were doing a Twitter space for his presidential announcement, and evidently it locked up the whole fucking internet.
Oh, is he announcing himself as he's putting himself in the running?
Officially today.
Somebody mentioned that they thought it'd be a good idea if Ron DeSantis ran with Trump as vice.
No, that wouldn't fly. I don't think anyone wants to par up with him.
I'm just saying they didn't say it was going to happen. They just said they thought that would be the best way because that way it wouldn't be Trump as president. But anyway, it was just a thing.
We need 8 years. You know what I mean?
From somebody?
Yes.
Speaking of taters. He didn't even have his headphones on. He didn't even hear me call him out.
The tater. The tater.
What up, bitch boy?
Oh, we gave up on it. Everything was fucking up on my end, and we were just having a drinking moment.
Oh, very
we're just having a beer.
Y'all drink, I'll smoke.
Go for it.
Fair enough. How'd the game go?
Let's not talk about it.
So same old, huh?
So
yeah,
I will endorse the Smitty recommendation.
Yeah, that's a pretty good beer.
It's easier to find it by the high neighbor on the back.
Okay.
Narragansett.
I was gonna say, what did it say? Nagasaki? What?
Yeah, Narragansett. It's a Rhode Island beer.
Not bad. Not bad for a lager.
Where'd you find it? You have to go to a liquor store?
I got it at Publix. Over near the Coors, they had 6-pack of Tall Boys.
Oh, okay.
Sure, you can
That's usually how they sell it, yeah.
You can probably get it in a variety of ways.
He was looking for something to dip his toe into try another beer thing, and I was like, well, that's pretty mild. It's a mild one. Like this one I'm drinking, which that's a honey blonde ale, but it's kind of bitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just telling him between Miller Lite and the Busch, Anheuser-Busch is they claim they've lost $8 billion on this snafu. And the guy, an expert, saying today we're going into beer season right now, beginning of summer, and these other, small breweries are not going to be able to pick up that much demand, and there's going to be a beer shortage.
Yeah, but that is a good problem for the beer companies to have.
Yeah, I mean, I just dumbfounded by it. I was like,
beer. I wonder what that stat is. I wonder what the statistic of smaller breweries seeing like
Oh, here it is. It popped up on the thing.
like a bunch of people starting to try their beer and branch out.
Yeah, I like that article just popped up. It's in episodes.
Article popped up.
Yeah, I was just talking about it, and it's on the screen now.
Oh, okay.
It's probably listening to me. Nuts. Yeah, got.
Okay.
But he was saying, like, these small breweries, basically, they can only, if they're brewing 1 million bottles, you don't speed up the brewing process.
There's still.
If it takes 2 weeks, it takes 2 weeks to brew.
Yeah. I'm surprised they're shocked by the backlash. I can't believe a bunch of rednecks would not agree with their ad campaign.
You fucked with
I don't know what happened there.
You fucked
I thought it was
with their beer.
foolproof.
Come on. I mean, think about it. Like the people, the trans LGBTQ plus 3, whatever they are, they drink like the IPAs and the they drink that shit. That's what they drink. Because they're from that generation. I mean, my generation, the vast majority. Well, I wouldn't say
The craft beer drinkers.
Yeah, craft beer. That's what they drink. Like let one of them partner with it. Bud Light is 100% redneck.
Was.
Yeah,
I tell you, when I was in the Marine Corps, all we drank was Bud Heavy. We'd go through pretty much a case of Bud Heavy a night.
Oh, real Bud. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the high school thing, was Bud. That and the PBR. Then PBR's made a comeback 4 or 5
PBR
years
is
ago.
still good. PBR is still a decent go-to.
It's the cheapest thing in the damn.
Yeah, I mean, aside from buying Natty Light or.
Yeah. Well, I like Pabst. I like High Life. Miller High Life, I still think is a great beer. It's a great beer. It's that champagne of beers, baby.
Yeah, and that's exactly what she says when I make fun of her.
It's because it's what it says on a bottle.
Yeah, she's like, it's the champagne of beers, son. Have some class.
Have some class, goddammit. I'm trying to class up this joint.
Like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, Mom, smoke a joint and have a shot. Chill out.
Man, that bourbon I was drinking, that stuff is actually pretty good. That Broken Barrel. I guess I got the cheap stuff, but it was only like $30 for that bottle.
Said it was good though, right?
Yeah, it's 110 proof, but it was smooth for 110 proof.
What's that other stuff you liked? That other rye?
Bullet
bourbon.
Bullet's good.
Have you ever had the peanut butter whiskey or bourbon?
No, I haven't.
That sounds dangerous.
I'm usually not big on flavored, but if somebody recommends it, I'll try it.
I don't like it. And I love peanut butter.
It's weird. Is it just weird?
I think the peanut butter taste is too strong.
Really?
Much. Yeah. It takes away from the.
You can't really taste the bourbon.
So you can make a float with it?
Yeah, I'm sure you could. Yeah.
Ooh, I just saw a thing.
That would probably be really good. That would make it better.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody just posted a thing with
Is that gravy behind you?
a root beer float.
That's biscuit.
But it's Crown Royal vanilla root beer and a scoop of ice cream.
Vanilla root beer or Crown Royal vanilla?
Crown Royal vanilla.
Crown Royal vanilla.
Root beer and vanilla ice cream. Make a root beer float with that.
Oh my God.
They said it's fucking amazing.
That sounds like a puke.
Could you like trade it out for like peach? Because I can't drink no vanilla whiskey, man.
You're probably not going to taste it in the root beer and the ice cream. It's just going to be alcohol.
True. I don't really like Crown Royal that much. I'll drink the peach. The peach is good.
Do you drink bourbon? Do you just usually mix it, or do you drink anything neat?
Take shots, my boy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you just drink shots. You don't sip it.
No.
You never had a sip of whiskey?
I have. It's just not my thing. Take a shot, have a party. Hurrah!
See, I'm at the age now where I'll just do like 3 fingers on ice, and I can just relax the whole night.
Now, do you ever do like the block ice?
Yeah. It all depends on what you're going for. Like usually I just throw a bunch of ice in a glass and I pour some bourbon, but the whole point behind the one giant piece of ice is that it doesn't dilute your drink as much. It doesn't melt as fast. So it just keeps it cold, but doesn't dilute the liquor as quick, which sometimes I'm better off getting it a little diluted.
I think my problem is just buying, like, I got to buy good bourbon.
Well, I tried, like I said, that one I just bought, it was like $30.
Whiskey. Yeah.
It was $30 for a 750 milliliter
Bourbon or a rye?
bottle. This one's bourbon.
I mean, you're a rye guy, right, Smitty?
Usually. Yeah.
Yeah, I like rye whiskey.
I'm a fan of rye. Some people don't like it. It's a little bit, got more of a bite, usually.
Do you
But
like,
I like bourbon?
You ever tried Southern Comforts? They're not their
Southern Comfort in general is just really sweet.
Yeah.
It's very sweet.
That was the cough remedy of childhood. Southern Comfort and honey.
Yeah, my real father, he drank Southern Comfort on the rocks. That's what he drank. And it's just shit, man. That's like candy. But you're saying they have a different version of it?
Yeah, they have like 110 proof, something like that.
No, I haven't tried it.
Yeah.
But
it's just as sweet, but it's stronger.
You know, my usual go-to, I have 2 ways that I look for bourbon. Actually 3. One is if somebody recommends a bourbon, I'll go try it. 2, whatever the cheapest fucking thing I can find at the time. If they got something on sale at the liquor store that looks decent, I'll try that. And number 3, to be perfectly honest, it's how the bottle looks. I just look at the bottle. I'm like, if it's got a cool ass bottle, I'm like, it looks pretty good. I'll try that.
You keep your bottles?
No, I chuck them. But I like them sitting there on the counter when I'm drinking it. The problem is nowadays, like most of the bourbons, like regular 750 milliliter, regular sized bottle of bourbon, $84, $85 for a fucking bottle of liquor. A lot of them are running up like your regular bourbons, like your Bullets and your Jack Daniels and all that. They run between $30 and $50. Usually stay right in there for that size bottle. But a lot of these bourbons that are coming out with now and whiskeys you see on the shelf, on the top anyway, they're $80 and up.
Yeah.
Which is just a bit much for me to put a buzz on, you know what I mean? Now, if I had bar, like a proper liquor cabinet, I wouldn't mind buying a few of those bottles and just having them and having a glass every now and again. There's a guy I follow on YouTube. He must have 200 bottles of bourbon in he has a room in his house that he has specially vented. So he does nothing but drink liquor and smoke cigars in that room. He's got a cigar and liquor room in his house. And I was like, dude, that's awesome.
I'd love to have something like that.
Man, the day they tell me I got like 2 or 3 years, I'm going back to smoking.
You think you're going to get a warning, huh?
I'm just saying.
Hey, man, look, yeah, you're on your last leg. Go for it.
Look, Pat. Look, Pops, you got about a good maybe 3 years left. Enjoy them.
Cigarettes was like a fad thing for me. I didn't really, who cares, but I did enjoy the different variety of cigars when I was younger because I had decent access to different stuff. And I just kind of chew on them because I chew tobacco. So when you just kind of like gnaw on a cigar and light it every now and then, it was like, hey, this is all right.
I was on a cigar kick there for a while in my 20s. And then it was like,
yeah,
I got over it.
That's about right. Early 20s.
Because the wife did not like to smell that shit at all.
I was on a cigar kick for a while too. I typically took the contents out.
Yeah. That would be a blunt, son. That's not a cigar.
Oh man, I remember I had to play stupid with my dad one time. He brought it up.
Like he was innocent.
Like he didn't
Yeah,
know.
oh yeah, I knew he wasn't. he was trying to strike up a conversation, and he was talking about, you know,
He's trying to find out how good the shit was.
Yeah, and I was like, oh man, that sounds really interesting. I don't know shit about that. I've heard that like maybe that's what they do.
I've heard stories, Dad, but I don't really know what you're talking about.
He knew.
Yeah, he had an idea what was going on there.
Plus, I smoked in my room at night, so
yeah.
I had an exhaust fan. But the funny thing is, this is how stupid I was.
Oh, jeez.
Tell it.
So, Jason, you know
logic,
this.
here it comes.
I know this. Okay.
Well, you know about the house, so we didn't run the AC, and Dad just ran fans.
Okay. Yeah.
In the summer, so I had when my brother moved out and I moved upstairs, I had an exhaust fan blowing out, and so I would sit over there, chief one right by the exhaust fan.
Okay. Yeah.
Not thinking about the front door being right below me and the fan pulling fucking shit back in.
Oops.
So
hey, you
my
had
dad
a good
never.
plan.
Yeah, my dad never said anything. I'm 100% positive he knew it was. But my mom, on the other hand, she lost her shit one time.
She still smokes, don't she?
Yeah.
If she was like a 2-packer a day, I'm surprised you noticed.
Pack a day and a pack of cigarettes, 6-pack of beer for the last 40 years, man.
They don't make jeans like that.
Fuck no, they don't.
No.
And her dad's still kicking it. I think he's almost 90 now. So, and he's same thing.
That's good enough. I'm gonna have another
with 100 cats.
I figured you'd like that.
Yeah. See, my grandparents, you know, was it me and you, Smitty? We were talking about that the other day. I mean, they used lard.
Yeah.
But they ate real food too. It wasn't processed.
There was always a coffee can full of freaking old grease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
sitting there on the.
My wife recycles bacon grease for beans.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Shit, my wife's aunt and uncle, there's always a coffee can worth one of those big coffee cans of grease, and that's what he puts in the pan whenever he cooks. Whatever he's cooking, that's what greases the pan. Goes right back in there.
Yeah.
So the Braves are getting their asses handed to them by the Dodgers this week. I don't know what the fuck is going on there. We were talking right before you came in about so Oakland has commissioned Vegas. They've already spent the $1.5 billion and bought the land in Vegas to break ground on a new park. They're going to break ground in 2024. They said it's not going to be built till 2027 or open till 2027.
2027, you said?
Yeah.
Waving at you, Jason.
They can actually see me today.
Last time, neither one of y'all fucking saw her.
I wasn't even paying attention. I'm looking over here to this. I'm looking at the Braves scores. Still nothing at the end of the second. Playing the Dodgers right now, but we already lost to them 8-6 and 8-1.
Yeah.
And I think Strider pitched one of those games.
I don't fucking know. I'm watching Florida, Alabama right now.
We've been doing. I saw they were playing. We've had a couple of bullpen games.
When did that become a thing? Is that how they save money by not getting a big name pitcher?
They save arms.
Yeah, they're just, and it gives the bullpen time. Yeah, lets them play.
I think they're trying to hold out until Soroka eventually comes back.
So
Soroka,
whenever that, yeah,
yeah. Strider pitched that one game they lost. He gave up 2 runs, but he had 11 strikeouts. He pitched 6 innings and had 11 strikeouts. So it's not like he was bad.
Yeah.
Here's why, Jason. Here's why they have the bullpen game.
Yeah.
Max Fried's on the 15-day IL.
Mhm.
Kyle Wright's on the 60-day IL. Ian Anderson's day-to-day. So they don't have any starting pitchers other than Spencer Strider.
Okay, but
And
last year,
Charlie Morton.
okay, last year we saw bullpen games during the playoffs. Is that like a strategy or
I think it was just lack of arms, man.
really?
To be
Yeah.
honest with you. Yeah.
Probably.
Is that just because that it's not just the Braves that do this, right?
No, I mean you will have bullpen games, but they'll do it. But it's more or less 100% to save starters' arms instead of pitching on 3 days rest. They get 4.
Okay, I mean that makes sense to me. I guess the old way is the old way. It's the new way forward.
Yeah.
It makes sense to me. Get more
I tell you
like
what,
the
ever since
Smoltz and the
ever
Glavine
since
didn't
we
even throw that hard, but they could have played a few more years if they did that strategy.
yeah, well, yeah. I mean, the Braves have never really had a good. I'm trying to think the last like decent 5th starter they had. But it's been a minute. The good thing for like Maddox is he could close a game in 80 pitches.
Yeah, no shit.
Well, Maddox he didn't throw the ball that hard. What his fastball might have been 86.
Well, back then in the 90s, 80s, and 90s,
But his movement,
87 wasn't a bad fastball.
his movement was king though.
Oh yeah.
I think his pitching brought Glavine with him, and Glavine just happened to be a left-hander. Because Glavine, I mean, he threw lollipops, but it was everywhere. But he got the shit this far outside the plate. And I think that was more because of Maddox, and they were throwing it consistently in the same spot.
Yeah. Yeah, man, ever since we beat the Dodgers in the NLCS 2 years ago, they've had our ass.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Not happy about that.
Yeah. The first half of the schedule doesn't set up too bad. I mean, you only play the Dodgers once. You got to play Tampa Bay right before the All-Star break. Minnesota, Cincinnati, Philadelphia.
Did you see we're playing Oakland after the Phillies? Oakland is 10-40.
Oh yeah.
10.
Talk about tanking.
Jesus. So that should be 3 wins right there. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, 20 games back. They barely played 20 games.
I know. Oh, yeah, they're done. But the Diamondbacks, after that, the Mets, Nationals. Then we play Tampa Bay. Is that what you were talking about in July?
Mm-hmm. Like to get to a couple games this summer when I have time. Kids won't be doing shit.
The Pirates aren't doing bad either. Pirates haven't had a decent team in a while. They're doing better than 500.
Have you heard of McAllen 12-year scotch?
Yeah.
That's what we had. That's what we had 2 weeks ago.
That's a decent bourbon.
It was good. I only had one, but it was good.
I was on a Scotch get in my 30, like 20 and 30-year scotches.
I don't like scotch.
That old shit.
I don't know. Scotch has a weird flavor to it. It doesn't sit right. That aftertaste to scotch doesn't. I don't like it. At least the scotches I've had. There might be a decent one out there.
I think you got more of a liquor palate than I do because all of it kind of the same to me.
Oh, see, to me, scotch has a completely different taste.
Yeah.
Completely different. It's got an aftertaste to it that I don't know is weird.
Kind of like bitter beer. It kind of lingers.
Yeah. It's weird.
And
everybody knows
talk
that.
About the tinfoil hats.
Two crazy
good for a good
motherfuckers. Tinfoil hats.
Tinfoil hat. Let's go tinfoil hat for a moment.
What do you want to know?
There's always the statement of, is that what happened to Mars?
Could be. I think that Mars was more likely hit by an asteroid that destroyed their atmosphere.
I'll buy that for $1.
I don't think there was ever. There may have been life on it, but I think it's.
Yeah, it's still got frozen water allegedly.
Yeah. Until we're capable of going there and exploring, like for real,
Yeah.
we'll never be able to figure it out. We'll probably kill ourselves before then.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing.
Not to mention, there's a very high likelihood that Earth gets hit by an asteroid. I mean, they've been kind of going by here lately.
Yeah.
So
That's the whole thing. Is like they're headed back towards segregation. Like that's what they want.
this is the dumbest shit. It's not
I
what
know.
you want. Trust me, it's not what you want.
No,
So,
You think it's bad now?
yeah.
exactly.
How do people think that the economy is at such a high risk because of federal spending? We
I don't know
can't let
anything
them
about
hold the economy hostage. If we're spending that much, well, we're spending. Yeah, well, there's probably some truth to that, but he don't understand it. But to inflate carry the economy with federal deficit makes no sense. Why would you imply that?
Just to scare people.
It makes no
people,
sense.
The average person has no clue how the economy actually works.
Well,
And like,
this is the thing. Here's your tip. I don't know if I mentioned this recently. 3M. Y'all both know them. Okay. They make and supply raw materials, technology, research. Damn near everything we do, kind of like PPG does. They're down about 30%, which is about right for this economy.
Yeah.
What if they're down 30% and we're still kind of up here on this balloon plateau? What the hell has got it inflated? Because when you're the people that provide everyone else the shit could be outperforming everyone else. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
But I've been buying it because it's going to go back up within 10 years. So, you know what I mean? It don't make any sense.
Yeah.
What's keeping it inflated? Because even the technology sector is taking an ass whooping right now. So what is this artificial inflation? Where's it coming from? This oil right now is about $76, $78 a barrel. So it's not horrible. The gas is damn near $3.25.
Well, gas is definitely coming down though, because I know diesel's back down to like $3.50 a gallon.
Well, the summer season's coming, so they're gonna have their excuse to jack the rates up. But price of fuel, but it's just it don't make sense. That it don't look right. So when I'm going in and I'm looking at the funds and stuff, I'm like 3M's like a benchmark in my brain because they provide all this shit. Raw material, raw technology type stuff. You know, you need this to make this and that and all this other stuff that we need as a necessity. But they're down 30% on their stock price, but they're still paying out their dividend because they may be a dividend king. Either they fall under dividend king or aristocrat. They always pay their dividend for over 50 years. But the stock price is down 30%. That makes me worry.
Yeah, I don't know how any of that shit works.
I know just enough to be stupid, but because the housing market is like, oh my God, it's going to happen. But I think it's going to be worse than 08. But it might not be that bad here in Florida because of state economies, but the rest of the country is going to fucking pop any day now.
Yeah, because I started looking into all the rules that have changed since Biden went into office when it comes to buying a house. Not to mention, like we talked about the credit thing, like having good credit or whatever, but he's done a lot more behind the scenes for like first time home buyers, people like that. They really need more secure type loans that are pretty strict, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know.
That's what happened in '08. They were giving out junk loans.
Yeah. Yeah. Subprime mortgages with, crazy inflating balloon payments.
And then you have the big problem we have right now is commercial property. It's a third of it's empty because of COVID. And that's going to pop. And a lot of this is what's killing these little banks right now, that they're not getting into the news as much. There's about 30 banks that have collapsed in the States.
My question is, what happens when people really stop paying their rent because they can't afford it anymore?
Oh, tell me about it. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to have her down there and me up here.
Yeah, I feel you.
I don't know how you're going to do that.
No, I really don't.
They got a Grammy suite in the new house.
No, I mean there's space, but not a suite.
Talking about the homeless thing, I saw, since you were talking about how people are going to pay rent, but I saw a small thing today on the homeless, how it's a rampant problem here in the United States now. All of a sudden, or it's becoming a problem. But the way they announced it was the rampant homeless problem, where I think it's 0.15% or whatever of the population is homeless. And they were talking about how Japan got rid of all the homeless for the most part. They're at like 0.003% homeless.
What did they do?
Well, it's kind of there's a dark reason why they have so little homeless. I mean, pretty much if you're homeless over there, well, no, they don't kill them, but the reason there's not as many homeless over there is because it's really a stigma attached to it, more so than it is anywhere else. And they say like 90% of the homeless are men, and you're in Japan. If you're a man, you're expected to be self-reliant. And if they don't show any pity to any of their homeless, they don't give them shit. They don't do anything for them because it's your own fault. They pretty much consider it their own fault if they're fucking homeless. You failure. Exactly. You should be more like your brother.
Yeah. But he's successful.
Yeah. But they pretty much, they write them off. They don't do anything for them. So there's really, I mean, here you could be, not that it's great. I mean, it's not like the homeless are living a lap of luxury here or anything. But
I don't know. Some of them panhandlers that claim they're homeless.
Well, that's a different story. I'm not getting into that. What I'm talking about is the people that are actually homeless on the street and they're living in tents. Yeah. That's not exactly
Let's get into
fantastic.
That for a moment.
But they also have, this country gives a lot of handouts to those people. You get a lot for, between food stamps and soup kitchens and all that. Now, I'm not saying to anybody listening, I'm not saying this is a great thing, but it is more than a lot of other countries do. I mean, if you're homeless here, you're better off than 90% of the rest of the world's homeless population. That's for sure. But
when I was a boy, the Braves played at the TED. I'm talking, it may not have been in middle school yet. There was it's called Beggar. It was at the bottom of the stairs at the TED at the end of the game, every game we ever got to go to. And then one day, I guess Dad decided to teach us a lesson without telling us he was teaching us something. And we watched the guy, people come out and just, money after money after money after money after money for an hour. And then when everybody was gone, fucking limo come up, picked the motherfucker up, and off they went. Now, that's not to say that's a across the board thing, but it was an eye opener to me as a child. And I still remember it.
Well,
he looked like he hadn't bathed in years. But there was a guy in Stockbridge for years in the 90s. If he's still alive or not, I don't know. But he was actually fucking loaded. He had a trust fund. I knew his sister because she came to the store. And he chose to be that way. He was a multi-millionaire. But he chose to live in the woods and walk and beg in Stockbridge. And look
Yeah,
like
I know you. I know you're
look
talking
like a
about.
fucking Wookiee.
A lot of them do. A lot of them choose to be off grid for the most part. But I think they're saying it's rampant here, but I think the homeless population in America is like, and I think we touched on this.
I can't believe they ruined San Francisco.
Yeah, it's getting bad. We touched on this a while ago that all of it is it's such a minute part of the population. The ones that are raising hell and you're seeing on the news and all this, but once again, if you go outside and talk to your neighbor, it's not that bad. But everything you see on the news and the media, it's like, oh my God, this is the completely, like when the president of the United States gets on TV and said our greatest threat to the nation is white supremacy. Come on.
Oh, they should have impeached him and run him out of town. Yeah. It's like the assault rifle.
It's not like that. It's just not.
Did y'all see the statistics on the assault I can't talk tonight. Rifle deaths, the mass shootings? Have y'all seen the actual real number?
Yeah, it's like less than 2%.
Like 2.9?
Yeah.
What I heard?
Yeah, the vast majority of gun violence and gun deaths
Handguns.
Handguns, and most of them are by suicide.
But they don't leave that out.
No.
When they talk about gun deaths, they count suicide.
It's the assault rifle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The number is skewed. Even your school. See, you gotta play the game, right? So they say mass shootings. All right, fine.
They changed that under Obama, if you remember.
Sometimes what they'll say is they'll just say school shootings. Well, there's like 30% or 30 to 35% of suicides take place in school zones.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't pick that one up.
Yeah, they failed to mention that.
Do they count that as a school shooting?
They count that as a school shooting because it's in a school zone.
Well, the biggest pot house I ever knew was in the middle school. You can see it.
No comment.
Yeah.
Same. It's the one with all the bicycles out front in case y'all stupid enough not to recognize it. Anyway, moving
on. Yeah. I never really, yeah, never mind. Let me shut up.
You didn't do the bicycle thing back then.
Nah, but I've been to some trap houses. I've been to some places.
Smitty, did y'all do a lot of bicycles to school and back down in Florida?
All I did.
Okay. Maybe it was a generation thing.
No, I rode when I was younger. I rode my bike everywhere.
No,
yeah,
I'm talking to school.
Specifically to school? Nah.
You grew up primarily in the A-frame, right? High school, middle school.
What? In the what?
The A-frame house.
Yeah. We moved there in '96.
So that would be a pretty good bike ride.
To the high school, yeah. To the elementary and middle school was only 3 miles.
Oh, that wasn't too bad. That's probably why we were running.
Yeah.
I think I
used to ride my bike by there all the time.
It's 4 or 5 miles to the high school.
But they were like that was kind of around the time like when we lived in Stone Mountain. Like me and my brother would walk home all the time. They didn't care. But when we moved here, like when we wanted to walk home, they were kind of like, I don't know. You got to have a note. Blah blah blah. Like they're starting to tighten up. You know, I was in school. I think I was in middle school when that girl went missing, and she was in that abandoned house across the street from Austin Road Elementary.
Where's Austin
She
Road?
Fairview and Austin Road.
Towards
along-
towards 675 halfway.
No. The other direction, near 155.
Oh. Okay. I
Yeah,
don't remember.
so
Okay.
it's right by. It's a couple miles from the house, but so this she must have been, I think, first or kindergarten.
Okay.
And somehow, like, when school released, she wandered off and went across. She went across the street into this abandoned house, and she just happened to stay there. And she was there all night, and then they found her. And I mean, she was fine, but it was a big deal. It was like early 2000s. That might have been late 90s, early 2000s.
So when I was in elementary school, I walked to school, I think, in kindergarten and first grade. I walked to school, but it was like right across a field from that. My mom could see the school from our house, and I would walk across this field. She would just watch me go because I wouldn't let her walk with me.
Yeah.
And she would watch me, and I'd walk all the way across this field. And then when I got to the other side of the field, there was a crossing guard at a little right across from the bike rack, and they would cross us across the street onto the school property, and then we were at school. And then I just rode my bike after, I think when I was in first or second grade, I started riding my bike. And but when I was in elementary school, when we got out of school, if you were a bike rider or a walker, they just let you go.
Yeah.
You just left.
Yep.
Now they are not allowed to leave the property without an adult.
We would but we wouldn't walk at that age. We would walk home. Me and my brother could.
Shit, they won't even let him out of the school.
No, I think I was in third grade, second or third grade, when Adam Walsh got kidnapped, and that was in South Florida.
Yeah, I remember you telling
It
me
wasn't
that.
far. It wasn't far from my house where they found his head. It was like
that was the Cuban kid.
no, Adam Walsh is. You ever watch America's Most Wanted?
Yeah,
That's
guy.
his son.
John Walsh, his son.
Oh,
That's the reason he started doing everything he did. But Adam Walsh got kidnapped when I was in elementary school, and they found him like 2 weeks later. They found his body.
how old was he?
He was elementary school age.
Was-
No, he was
Oh,
elementary
oh,
school
sure.
age. They found his head in a canal,
That's true.
and I don't know if they found the rest of them. I can't remember. I'm sure it's all online. But after that happened, I remember us getting
Didn't count.
fingerprinted at the school. Yeah, they got I think I talked to you about this already,
Mhm.
Jason. They did our 10 card in elementary school and put a recent picture with it, just so that was what happened after Adam Walsh. Because that was a big deal when he got kidnapped and killed, and
He was 6 years old.
I knew he was like elementary school.
But you grew up like the thing
South
is
Florida.
like South Florida in the 80s,
Yeah, that was in the 70s. So I was in
70s, 80s, whatever.
Yeah, I was in elementary school from 76, 77 to 80, whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
So that time frame.
I'm gonna be an asshole here.
I think he was kidnapped in like 81. Was it 80, 81, something like
81.
that?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
correct. 81. How did the guy that killed him die of liver failure in prison? How do you
did
get
they kill
that
him?
much?
I don't think they had a
Well,
death penalty in Florida.
Wikipedia. I mean, you don't drink yourself to death in prison. That's my point.
Oh, well, that's not the only reason why you get liver failure.
Oh, okay.
Rat poison?
I mean, it says cirrhosis of the liver, so I'm.
He could have been drinking Scope for all we know. Who knows what the hell he was drinking?
Oh, okay. I was just saying.
That fucking toilet bowl gin.
I would think he got shanked. That I thought that was a rule when you fucked with kids.
Yeah. Ain't no telling.
Even criminals have their limits. You know what I mean?
Hey, you know, Epstein hung himself, so
Copy.
that little fucker, he's back on his island.
Think so?
I don't think he's dead. I don't think for one second.
Right there with
he's dead.
Elvis.
You don't think he's dead?
Fuck no.
He's hanging out
No?
with Elvis, having martinis.
Hanging out.
No, he's on his island doing the nasty, sick ass shit that he was doing. That's what I think.
Why do you think that?
Because prisons and jails don't work like that. All right. He's a high profile,
High priority.
high priority, which means somebody
But I
would have
thought
been.
the Clintons wanted him dead. If the Clintons wanted him dead.
Well, it depends. Do you want him dead, or do you want to keep your little charade and
Or you want
fun
him
time
gone?
going?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You can disappear somebody without actually killing them.
I figured they unalived his ass.
But he may very well be dead, but he did not kill himself 100%.
I don't think anybody believes he killed himself.
The cameras don't just all of a sudden malfunction. There would have been a guard posted right outside his
Where was he?
cell.
New York?
Yeah, he was on Rikers.
Yeah, they're famous.
Oh yeah, it was easy. That was easy work for the Clintons.
If it really happened.
It did, man. Come on, man. Come on, Smitty. You're on my side on this. He did not kill himself. He may have been offed.
Whatever happened with that whole, so there was like a whole, and since we're going to fucking do this, so there was a whole list. And I thought it was being released or whatever. They were releasing this list and blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden it's not. And, oh, we're going to see it. Oh, we're not going to see it. Oh, where's the list? I don't know. What the hell's going on with that?
Well, first of all, the government would collapse.
Well, and second of all, if you're doing that kind of shit, why would you have a list?
Don't write that shit down.
Yeah, no shit. I'd be like, rule number one, no lists.
No, I think one of them, I don't know if it was Epstein or if it was Giselle or whatever her name is.
Whatever her name was.
One of them gave him the list. Like, told him the names.
Well, who was it? Bezos' wife? No. Who's the other?
No.
Jacqueline. Apple.
Well, Bill
Gates.
It's come out.
Gates'
yeah, Gates. He
Just
got
let-
blackmailed.
She fucking
She has
left
slipped
him.
it several times.
Well, I said something to Heather because Gates was married to his wife for a long fucking time. And then all of a sudden she left him, which there's many reasons why people get divorced after many, many years of marriage, but billions of dollars, you don't really have any worries, no issues. I mean, obviously I don't know their home life or what anything was like, but it was just the timing of it all was this is very tinfoil hattish too, but still,
yeah.
It was very weird. I was like, when I found out that Gates was getting divorced, his wife, not just getting divorced, his wife left him. I told the wife, I was like, there's something fucking going on there. That's not
And will you
the end
hear?
of it.
I'm maybe not often that he is going to sue you into oblivion because of information you have that would be factual.
I never heard any of that. I never heard anything.
You keep seeing that pop up and then it fades away because people actually have the information showing certain people on ledgers that they've been here. They have pictures of certain people with obviously underage, undermature girls. You're like, okay.
Yeah, I don't ever want to see those pictures, but
No. The beer's good. That's good beer.
yeah, I enjoy it.
Good beer. It's a very mild, smooth beer.
And they come in tall boys, which is a nice thing.
Yeah, it fits perfectly in your prime cohesion.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Man, did I tell you? Do you have a flat top griddle, like a Blackstone or anything like that?
Yeah, I got a Blackstone 36-inch 4-burner.
Yeah, so I got the 30. I think it's 30. It's a 2-burner.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the air fryer.
That's all you need.
Yeah. But man, I haven't cooked on it in a year.
I haven't cooked on mine in a while. It's probably rusty as fuck. I'm gonna have to go clean it.
So the other weekend, I spent 2 hours with a sander.
Getting the rust off of it?
Getting the rust off. Fucking, I got to get a stone. I need to get a...
I have a stone. I use a stone when I go clean it.
Yeah, but it should be good now. Well, I'll probably have to clean it again if I ever cook on it, but...
I usually heat it up, throw some oil on it.
I want to make some Cuban sandwiches, man. I fucking want some Cuban sandwiches.
Yeah, those are good. Everything on there is good. Everything I've done fried rice, stir-fried rice, the Japanese, hibachi rice.
Yeah, I've done that.
I've done the hibachi.
I want the Japanese
rice.
butter though. I can't find anywhere to buy it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't use it. I just use regular butter.
Hey, yeah, I use regular butter too. You use day-old rice, right?
Yeah, you have to cook it first and then put it in the fridge and then wait and use it the next day. Yeah.
Yeah. I fucked that up the first time, so it was kind of gummy.
I was warned. I was warned not to when I said I was going to make it. I knew somebody else that had already made it. He goes, don't cook rice and do it the same day.
You know,
He's
it's
like,
something
throw it in the fridge.
Something else that's really good. That's for the flat top is easy to make on the flat top. Is taking like Italian sausage and like making sausage and peppers.
Yep.
And so you just you split the wiener.
Yep. We've done a bunch of stuff like that. We've done easy, Jason. We've done.
I was back into this conversation, to be honest.
But yeah, the back end's not where you want to go.
So when I would have split wiener.
Yeah, so when we first got it, of course, we were all excited about it. So we're looking up all kinds of just different stuff you make on a flat top. Obviously Philly cheesesteaks is the go-to.
Yeah.
But then I learned
smash
how to
burgers,
do other stuff. Yeah, fajitas and all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
I've done chicken. I do grilled chicken out there because I like doing grilled chicken on there. You get the dome and stuff, and then you can really get some shit going good. Buffalo burgers and it's great for burgers and steaks and shit like that. I need to cook on it more. I usually start.
If nothing else, go out there and cook breakfast. It's summertime. Cook this shit.
Yeah, what's nice about the flat top too is you can the griddle.
That's
you
brilliant.
can take a skillet out there.
Bacon.
You can take.
I gotta clean that shit up.
You can take a skillet and throw a skillet. Just throw it on top, and it's cooking.
Yeah, I need to take it off the deck. I got it on the deck. That's my problem.
That's where mine is. It's on the front porch.
Yeah, I need to take it off there.
Lubricate it. Good.
So when you season it, you get it all good and seasoned, and then every time you cook on it, you pretty much once it's done, we'll go eat, and then I go back out there after we eat, and I heat it back up, and I clean it, and then I oil it down, and then cover it up.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
Yeah. But when you haven't cooked on it, like you said, I haven't cooked on it all winter, so I'm afraid to take the cover off of it right now.
I kind of want to grind it down.
Grind it?
It's thick as shit. I mean, that cast iron, that top is thick.
I want to grind down the top coat. You do that. You've seen people do that with cast iron skillets?
No. I've seen them refurbish ones and reseason it, but
no. Look that up. Look up grinding down a grind.
What's the benefit?
They say it makes it 10 times as good as it is.
I don't know why.
You fuck up my wife.
I don't know the science behind it.
Cornbread skillet, I'll bet you. Child is on warning. You done fucked up the last one.
Didn't they fuck up your microwave or something like that?
We haven't had the microwave since they were in high school.
Yeah, didn't someone like shove a fork in it or something?
They stuck a metal can of some shit. Jessica did it.
Josie
blew that motherfucker up.
Josie caught ours on fire with macaroni and cheese.
Well, my kids almost did that with ramen.
You know the macaroni and cheese, the single serve, you put water in it and throw it in?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she didn't put any water in it.
Yeah, I think
she just threw it in there and burn it the fuck. I had to throw the microwave. It's a mount above the oven unit. I had to take that sumbitch off the wall that night and throw it in a goddamn yard.
They did it with a can of Hormel chili.
So bad.
Yeah, my daughter put ramen noodles in the microwave. She forgot to put the water in it.
Yeah, that'll do
I
it.
was
Those
like,
things
what
get
the
very quick.
I was like, what the fuck is that smell?
It held dishes for years until I finally took it down and put that pan up.
And then my
Yeah.
son tried to do the same fucking thing, but he caught it
Yeah,
right when it started smoking.
that's fine. I stuck a. You remember when they used? Well, they might still do this. Some fast food places do it. Like the full wrap on the burgers. So I was like half asleep one night, threw a burger from wherever, McDonald's, Burger King, something in the microwave. It's just pressed go.
In foil?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
one of the full wrappers. Oh,
Yeah, I saw that spark. I saw that spark. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, that'll ruin it pretty quick.
Oh, did you see that they came out with? I don't know if you've seen this before, but they came out with a chicken leg rack for the smoker.
what do you mean chicken leg?
Right. So you just slide the chicken legs and they hang on the rack.
Oh, no
okay.
shit.
And
Like
you put
a-
it on your smoker. Yeah.
Platter
Nice.
skewer. Okay, yeah.
Have you ever seen the popsicle chicken legs where they cut the tendons and they slide all the meat down to the top?
No.
Maybe.
Yeah. I've done that before. It's good. Wrap it in bacon and
Have you done the beer?
Shit, wrap anything in bacon.
Chicken on a beer can?
Yeah, drunk
yeah,
chicken.
Yeah. Good shit.
Those cans you're drinking out of right now are good for that.
Yeah,
Tall
you gotta
boy?
use it. Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
use Tall Boy. They make a stand for that too,
Yeah.
because it is kind of, if you got a grate, it's kind of hard to get that thing to settle right. But yeah, if I'm smoking a whole chicken, I prefer to do it that way.
Keep it
Keeps
moist.
it moist. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll put 2 or 3 of them on the smoker. I mean, shit, you can get a whole chicken for fucking $3. That's the only thing that's
Well,
so
you
cheap.
used to be able to.
Go to, well, true. BJ's.
Sam's Club, you can.
Well, I'm going to say this. And y'all know more about it than I do. But when I cook chicken and dumplings for them and stuff like that, Purdue chickens are superior. The cheapest place to get them is at BJ's, and they're 2 in the back. Whole chicken.
Yeah.
Chicken
I
and a
found-
BJ? Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. You get a whole chicken and a BJ.
I actually looked up how much a whole cow. I could like to go just buy the whole
Yeah.
cow process.
It's like $3 for a whole cow if you just buy it on the hoof, I think. Like $1. Like $1.30 on the hoof.
Not in Biden's economy, bro.
If you
It was
go down to the farm,
This was from a farm in Clarkston, Georgia. It was $4.99 a pound.
butchered.
Yikes.
Butchered.
That's butchered. Yeah.
Okay, I'm talking on the hoof.
No. Yeah. No.
It
Well,
was
then you
not
still
cut-
got to pay to get it
I'm not
butchered.
cut.
So,
I'm not. Yeah. I'm not cutting it up myself.
yeah, you still got to pay to get it butchered. I'm not doing it either. Fuck,
What
I'm not
kind
taking
of
a whole
redneck
cow.
are you?
But I honestly didn't think it was.
Got money.
Well, and I honestly didn't think it was a bad price. You know, if you split it with someone, you get 450 pounds of meat.
Yeah.
for-
That's what we
for-
used to do when I was little. Ate half a cow.
I think it was $2,000, so $1,000 a piece. Like, shit, yeah, I'll do that all
I
day
think they
long.
used to. I can't remember the cost. It
Or I'll
was.
just go steal one.
It was a couple $100, and they would get side of beef, which was half a cow, and they split up between 3 houses.
I'll go up to the pasture up the road.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can literally, the best deal really is to
Yeah,
split
no,
it with
you got cows right across the street. I know.
split it with one other guy. That way, one other person, and then literally just cut that freaking cow long ways,
Mm-hmm.
and you each get half.
I do want to
Everybody
go.
gets meat.
Yeah, I really, 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 really want to go do a hog hunt.
Why?
Have you ever had wild hog, or do you even care to eat it?
I ain't worried about that.
You
I
just
mean,
want the
I'll-
hunt. You just
oh,
want to do
yeah,
the
I
hunt.
want to hunt. Yeah.
Get in touch with someone in
What kind of
Millersville.
hunt? Do you want to do a hog hunt with dogs, or you want to do,
Can't do dogs in Georgia. You gotta go to Carolina.
like
to
I
hunt.
said, you want to do it with dogs, or you want to do?
I want to go to Texas and do it from a chopper.
Oh
Oh damn!
We're gonna do that. We're gonna use a fucking minigun. Oh yeah. Mhm.
We'll run this motherfucker
Nah,
down.
there's a
Vietnam
place-
style.
There's a place around east or west of Macon, I think, that does them.
Chopper hunt?
No. Just a
Oh.
regular hog.
Yeah, there's
hunt.
plenty of hogs in Georgia.
There's
Yeah.
hog hunting right
Yeah.
around the corner
Yeah.
from my house.
Hogs are still considered a nuisance here.
Yeah.
Yes.
And in Texas, they're fucking horrible in Texas.
They tear land the fuck up.
Yeah.
I know I told you this story before, but Burt Reynolds had land down there by me, just north by in Okeechobee. And I had friends that used to hunt his land for free. They said, if you want to hunt this land, I don't give a shit if you hunt hogs, you can do it for free. And they would hunt hogs on his property all the time. He had like 400 acres, some
Yeah.
shit like that.
If I knew where to go look, I would, I'd probably try and do something like that. Just go to public land.
You probably need to find a WMA or.
Yeah. I mean, you still got to have a license. You got to do that.
Yeah,
Do
just
they
large
tag 'em?
game.
They don't tag.
Not
They
really.
don't tag hog, do they?
You got to have you just have to have you still have to have a big game license. It covers it.
Yeah.
So deer, hog, whatever.
Just cook. The
I mean,
shit
there's
out
a
of
lot of things I'd like to do. I'd like to go alligator hunting in Louisiana. I'd like to go python.
When I was
hunting in
younger,
Florida.
I wanted to do that. But now that I know I don't float,
I got an alligator
don't
story,
float
but
either.
I'm not going to get into that right now.
I'm not going to wrestle that motherfucker, Jason. I'm going to shoot it.
oh, I want to knife that bitch.
No.
Fuck yeah, dog.
That's
I'm
what I
gonna
did.
I'm going to get the big hook and I'm going to put the chicken in the water and we're going to
Oh,
just wait and see what happens.
You want to wrestle? Put one in. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I want to jump on that motherfucker and stab it.
I mean, that would be fun. Yeah,
It's a
I
rush.
agree with you. I agree with
You
you.
can-
Killing
I
a
can-
dinosaur in that fashion would be cool.
What's a rush? Is using a pole arm, which is a spear with a knife on the end, and fucking jump out of a tree on a bear with it.
And then
Do you see that guy who? I don't know. I'm sure this video's been out
That's
there for a
fucking
while.
nuts.
There's these two guys and they're in a river and they're being followed by a gator and they're trying to get out. The one guy is on the shore and his buddy is like trying to get there, fighting the current, and this gator's just a coming, and like he gets closer and closer, and this is how you know he's a true friend. This motherfucker jumps off the fucking shore, gives the gator the peeper's elbow, and then they both swim up on the shore. I was like, holy shit, that takes some balls.
That's a
Yeah, I
dude
gotta-
right there.
I got
Yeah.
a story I'll tell one day.
Yeah.
What, did he look like Steve going in the water going, boom?
No, it was a skinny little motherfucker.
Oh, little dude.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
cracking him, huh?
Yeah, he was widery.
It's Whitey. He's strong like bull.
Yes.
Please, if anybody has any questions or comments, hit us up at primecohesion@gmail.com or head to our Facebook page at Prime Cohesion on Facebook and leave some comments. We'd appreciate it.